Hello, so I'm going to go through the question about Schaffer and the stages of attachment. So I'll briefly kind of talk through the scenario and then show you how to answer it. So we've got Alexi is 5 months old, Myra is 7 months old, and Karen is 2 years old, and they all attend daycare while their parents work. So that might give you a clue about which stage of attachment they might be in. However, you do need a bit more explanation to say why that stage best matches the behaviour shown by each child. So you need to kind of explain your answer what behaviour that they're showing. So we've got Alexi is happy when playing with the childminder, but he is not upset when his mother leaves, nor is he upset when he meets strangers. Myra gets upset when her mother leaves. She does not like meeting strangers and does not reach out to be picked up by the childminder when she arrives at daycare. And Karen gets upset when her mother leaves her and also gets upset when the childminder leaves her. So what you need to do is, this is 6 marks and there's 3 different children there. So there's 3 different stages of attachment, which will get you 3 marks. And then explaining why their behaviour shows that they're in that stage of attachment will get you the final 3 marks. It's like for each child, you're getting 2 marks. So if we start with Alexi. Alexi is in the discriminant stage of attachment. If you think about what Alexi's doing, that child's quite happy to just play whatever they're not demonstrating any separation anxiety or stranger anxiety. They're just happily playing. Now, you do ideally need to mention those terms in your answer, because if you just regurgitate what's in the scenario, you're not really demonstrating that you understand what those behaviours are showing and therefore why they're in that kind of stage. So it would have been better to put those terms in. However, we did credit you just explaining what they were, but if it was a real exam situation, I would probably mention them. So as he is not upset when his mother leaves, so that's what's in the scenario, and I'm just going to put in brackets here, no separation anxiety. And when he meets strangers. My R doesn't work, which is why that's not there. So I'll get you 2 marks. Then we've got Myra. Now, Myra is in the discriminant stage because she gets upset when the mother leaves and she doesn't like meeting any strangers. So she's demonstrating separation anxiety from the mother and stranger anxiety. And she's also kind of upset by the childminder. So it's demonstrating that she's not in the multiple attachment stage yet. She's just in that kind of stage where she's attaching to that primary caregiver of the mother and not anybody else. She's got stranger anxiety against anybody else. So as she is upset when the mother leaves, that's separation, and is upset in the presence of strangers, such as childminder. And then finally, the last child is Karen. And she's in the multiple attachment stage because she is upset when the mother leaves, naturally, as most children are, unless they're insecurely attached. Or, I mean, insecurely resistant, they'd be quite loads. But then that's not asking for that in this question, so you don't need to even think about that. And so carries a multiple attachment set. She's upset when the mother leaves, but also upset when the childminder leaves, suggesting that she has more than one person. That on the end there, just distinguish it from the other children and the other stages of attachment, because it's indicating there that Kara's attached to more than one person, which is that multiple attachment stage. So that there is what you would need to get the 3 marks. Really nice, easy question, this one. The application questions are always really nice, but you've just got to make sure that you put terms in. I mean, you don't have to use brackets like I've used them. You can, do whatever in a full sentence, but you do obviously need to make reference to the stem. So you need to kind of use the word in the stem. You can use quote marks if you like. That's a good technique to demonstrate to the examiner that you've taken it out of the actual stem, but that would be enough to get you the mark.